Good morning. Hi, this is Travis with the National Weather Service, and this is your weather hazard briefing for Sunday, February 10th. With the current water vapor imaging, you can see our system that's moving through our area. It's brought a lot of moisture across the central mountains already, some areas of 30 inches plus, and then continued moisture across our areas as this low moves across us today. Here's the radar, sort of a frontal boundary that's going to move across us as soon, within the next hour, and continue throughout the day. And you can see the returns across the Arco Desert, and of course there's blocked here by the radar, but there's stuff occurring in the Central Mountains as well. Currently, here's the GFS model showing that front move across and hitting our eastern areas by this afternoon, and then continuing a westerly flow and moist, very moist, with the trough moving through Monday into Tuesday. And then looking at the surface map, here's that frontal boundary that's going to move through here shortly today. You can see the heavy amounts still left in the eastern highlands. Again, we've already had heavy amounts in the central mountains, but the continued light snow over there today. And I'll show you the remaining amounts in a minute. Here's all our hazards. We have a warning continuing for central mountains, and then also for the Island Park area, and then advisories almost everywhere else. And then mainly it's for lighter snow amounts, but again, for the really strong wind, we have a really good southerly winds currently, and then it will be strong winds when we have that frontal boundary move through, so the blowing and drifting snow, and I'll show you that in a second. And then there's just some strong winds but lower snow amounts in the SPS area, or special weather statement. Here's our snowfall for the remainder of today. Actually, this is around midnight, 11 p.m. And you see the 6 to 8 inches in the Ketchum area, Central Mountains, and then Island Park, 6 to 8 inches, and then also a little bit less, in general, 6 to 8 inches for the Bear Lake, Wasatch Mountains, and then you can see the totals here, 4 to 6 inches in the blues. And then in general, pretty light mounts across the Snake River Plain and Eastern Magic Valley, 1 to 2. But again, we're going to have some really strong blowing and drifting snow today. Here's the wind gusts for this morning. We have strong southerly winds across the I-86 here. We have a gust of 40 in a lot of areas. You can see the ridge tops are definitely into the gust of 40s and gust of 50s. And so really strong winds across the area. The snow impact, again, since we've had such the snow occurring in these areas currently, and then that's along with the high winds, and we're looking for a high risk early this morning. And then as that frontal boundary moves through, that'll shift into the eastern highlands. As you can see this afternoon, our winds continue, but they do back off a little bit. Here's the 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. as that frontal boundaries mostly move through. But then our snow impact for this afternoon into this early evening is into in the yellow areas and even the red in the Island Park area. Expect some road closures, particularly the Island Park, maybe Driggs area, and potentially a couple of passes elsewhere briefly. But right now, this is the greatest area is this area here, rather than red. As far as wind gusts, it backs off. You can see by this evening, 5 a.m. to tomorrow morning. And then as far as, here's what we talked about. It'll be late Monday morning as we start to get it across the central mountains. That west-northwest flow sets up and is really upslope areas. We'll get a lot of snow in these areas here, again in the Island Park, and then in the western central mountains we'll get it, the Tetons. And that will continue that flow through Tuesday, but it does back off a little bit, and you can see the next system that's moving in on Wednesday, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So it was a very active period. So Monday through Tuesday, here's the west-northwest flow, upslope areas. Quite a bit of snow in the standing layer, 12 to 18 inches, and 6 to 8, maybe a little bit higher in the Tetons as you go across. So quite a bit of snow mounts. Pretty not much elsewhere, but you can see there are some areas that will get in the 4 inches range, particularly in the eastern highlands and Wasatch. And for our long term, I'll go ahead and show you that system for Wednesday. And here it is as it moves across the area, and quite a bit of snow mounts for that one, and then a brief ridging on Friday. And as you move into The weekend we have some moist flow. The models are a little bit uncertain on this, but again, there is a chance of some snow, moderate snow amounts as we go into Saturday and to Sunday. Here's your storm totals for Wednesday, and you can see there's quite a bit of low-level snow with this as well, 4 to 6 inches in some of your lower areas, and only this is 2 to 3 in some of these areas here. But for the most part, most of the areas will get quite a bit, at least for the more than what they're used to, in that 3 to 4 range. And this may change slightly. We may get a little bit more in these northern areas as well. So that concludes the brief. If you have any questions, give us a call at this number. Thank you.